Hey. Go back. Okay. Start over. Back, step back.
Choices. Personally, I love having the ability to decide what I want to do, whether it comes to what kind of profession I would want to work in, or when it comes to the everyday, whether it comes down to what I like to wear to what I like to eat. Choices. When our choices are limited, that means our freedoms are limited as well. Living in the United States, it makes it very easy for us to take for granted the liberties that we have. Within the First Amendment and the Bill of Rights alone, we have different freedoms protected. It comes down to freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, petition, press, and religion. Living in the 21st century, there are still countries around the world who still do not even have half of those rights protected. Within the Philippines, there's been a 14-year war going on between the Catholic Church and the Philippine government on the passage of a bill called the Responsible Parenthood and Reproductive Health Bill, otherwise known as the RH Bill. Within this bill includes requirements for sex education within primary and secondary schools, as well as mandatory training for public health workers and the legalization of post-abortion medical care costs. The Catholic Church within the Philippines, contraception, family planning, and sex education are not widely discussed within the Philippines, whether it's in schools or the public. It's not as if contraceptives are banned within the Philippines. It's more so based on the affordability of it. The there's 30% of the Philippine population is living underneath the poverty line, and another 100 million are living on 62 cents a day. When you convert this into pesos, you can see how people would rather spend money on clothing and food rather than condoms. The Catholic Church has decided to take a negative viewpoint on this act when making it about religion rather than taking into account the fact that this issue is about human rights, responsible human development, as well as health. Overpopulation in the Philippines is an issue, but even besides these kinds of problems, the fact that sex education is not mandatory within the Philippines greatly affects the lives of the youth. The youth who are limited in their ability to decide of what they want to do with the future only because their education isn't lacking. Every single day, Filipinos are faced with economic, social, and political issues. However, President Aquino and the Philippine government have been taking steps in order to provide more opportunities for not only the youth, but the poor to be able to have the ability to live a healthier and more economic lifestyle. Although the church has taken a negative viewpoint, I truly believe that a more positive one needs to be implemented. The church believes that educating the youth on sex education as well as handing out free condoms will lead to more sex and a more relaxed moral standing. But I believe that the Philippine government is trying to take steps to put their faith in the youth through education. What do you believe?